spitting off the dome for this one, so it might come a little choppy and messed up, but it's fine. You're here for my opinion, not for any quality type of content. So, y'all are not ready, alright? I know, a majority of the people that are just now hearing about this news, if they've even heard about it, are not people who are... And you'll know what I mean. Tell me why I am just now hearing that there are rumors, which I have not confirmed because research is not my job, rumors that Galen Merrick, Starkiller, is going to be a part of Ahsoka Season 2. That's insane. That's the character that was so fucking busted that they were talking about he could never be canon. Never his adaptations, okay? Now let me tell you, I love Starkiller. I've always said that he was a great character, and honestly, I was perfectly fine with him having to get toned down if it meant bringing him in to the story, the greater Star Wars universe, because he is just genuinely a fascinating character. I can't think of any storylines I've ever heard of that are similar to him. He's definitely in my top 10 fictional characters of all time, I would say. I love Galen Merrick, dude. And his voice actor and face model, I think his name is Sam Witwer or something along those lines. That dude got the role because he, corrected the casting team during his audition. Something Star Wars related. I don't remember the whole story, but look it up. It's super interesting. And then, he does a lot of Darth Maul voice stuff. He did some of Darth Maul in, I think, the Clone Wars series. Sam Witwer is a cool dude, alright? Every clip I've ever seen of him, he's his own guy. He's chilling. He's having a great time. And I love that for him. Starkiller, for those of you who don't know, again, I don't have a script for this, alright? So, I might be forgetting some details or whatever, but you'll be fine. Just deal with it, okay? Starkiller is the protagonist, you would say, of Star Wars The Force Unleashed 1 and 2. And what could have been a really banging third game if it ever came out. I don't know why it didn't, and I still wish it would have. When I was a kid playing those games, because they came out and I was still in elementary and middle school type deal, I just saw it as you were this super strong Sith/Jedi who couldn't make up his mind, who was fighting other Force wielders and being really cool and brutal. It was a hack and slash game like the old God of Wars, and honestly, I would love if this game got a true, third sequel, but in the God of War style, like God of War meets Jedi Survivor, where, we take a lot more focus on exploration and, we redefine the combat and whatnot. I'm okay with it, honestly, because I've never been super huge into hack and slashes, but man, Starkiller would be the character for it. Oh, I heard forever ago that the third game, I guess, was going to be you weren't really certain if you were playing as the original or the clone, and you were going to be hunting down, for the first two games, I guess, it was rumored that you were playing as clones the whole time despite thinking you were the original, and then the third game you'd be knowingly playing as a clone hunting down the original. Yeah, I don't know for sure, but the idea sounded cool. The random little sketches that were around at the time that were probably faked, but they were still cool. Oh, it would have been so nice, and I could see them doing that same story now, especially dude, look at God of War Valhalla, that DLC that came out for God of War Ragnarok. That was tough, and the ending of it still brings me to shivers, man, goosebumps all over my body. I know I'm getting really excited while talking about this, and you guys aren't used to me being like this, alright? I'm a pretty nonchalant, chill guy, you feel me? But Starkiller is just the fucking GOAT, okay? This man pulled a fucking destroyer ship through the atmosphere to the fucking ground, okay? In the games, he is busted as shit, and I understand. You could not have movies with him. You truly couldn't. You thought Palpatine was busted as shit for being alive as long as he was, just because he fucking used some force fuckery and twisted the plot line? No. Dude, Starkiller could fuck up everybody from the canon storyline. He fucked up Vader for a little bit from what I remember. In the DLC, he went around killing, everybody. There's a scene out there, if you ever wonder where you've seen it before, those PS3 era graphic, where this, weird armored Sith character is killing bunch of people, and then he turns Luke into a Sith apprentice. It's the DLC from Force Unleashed 2, I think, or the Force Unleashed 1, I don't know. And then Juno, his love interest, I don't remember having any issues with her. His droid was really fucking tough. His droid, I think, would be really popular nowadays, because from what I vaguely remember, his droid was this snarky type, but also kind of sassy, and his droid, the special ability of it was that he could turn into other people and replicate what they did, combat-wise and everything. So, and he could replicate their voice too. That played for a few interesting points. The old Force Unleashed games had great customization. Not great customization per se, but like, they have good amount of skins, which was cool. I don't know if I'm trying to make this video about Ahsoka Season 2, just the rumor, or about just Starkiller. I think it's just about Starkiller, truthfully. I would love to see more. I would even take a reboot series, truthfully. Like, if you wanted to reboot it and tell the story again and integrate it into the canon, or, you know, do it as a I don't know. I really don't know, because it's not my job to write this shit for you guys, but there's so much stuff you could do with Starkiller, and I know Sam, whatever his last name is, would probably be there for it if you let him, okay? Make another trilogy and make it about Galen Merrick's storyline. You would flip the world on its head, because there's so many people that won't play video games, and then there's so many people that now play video games but won't play video games from like the 2000s because of how, you know, the controls and play styles and graphics, yada yada yada, different reasons for different people. If you made a trilogy about the Galen Merrick storyline, and, you know, you did like the actual third game that was supposed to happen in that storyline, you'd flip the world on its head, because everyone would be like, are we rooting for the bad guy right now, but he's also kind of a good guy, and da 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 da. Now, I understand, okay? I understand that we're at the point where we couldn't really do the original version of Starkiller, right? Between his abilities, his powers, the stuff he did, and then also the fact that he was like the Vader apprentice and whatnot. Now, granted, somehow they're integrating it into Ahsoka as like the second son of Vader or some shit, which I don't know. I don't remember exactly how they worded it. And he has to be way, way doled down if he hasn't popped up in any form of canon to this date. But I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. Hopefully it's something good. I honestly didn't even finish Ahsoka Season 1, not because I didn't like it, but I have issues finishing shows. It's a bad habit of mine. Last show I think I truly finished all the way through was Arcane. I don't know. I made a video about that. If you haven't watched it, I don't know what the fuck you're doing that you think's more important, but go watch it. Long story short, I love Starkiller. I love Sam, whatever his last name is. I love the Force Unleashed games. They need to make a comeback, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they do in Ahsoka Season 2. I'll probably watch a synopsis on Ahsoka Season 1, and then watch Season 2 once it starts coming out, just to see Starkiller. Truth be told, great guy. If you have anything to say, please keep it to yourself, because I absolutely hate reading comments. I hope this video has been entirely unhelpful to you, and I just hope you have a bad day. Spitting off the dome for this one, so it might come off a little choppy and fucked up. I can't say that in the first few seconds. Come on, Bert. And spiritual sequel, not a spiritual sequel. You never, like, I don't know, so not, how do I put this?